Mandela. How did it all come about?
Look, it's not in remembrance. We launched this event last year where we had rugby and soccer at the same time.
Yeah.
It's part of our social cohesion campaign, so it's not something new. This year we've combined athletics and cycling and walking. And this is what we've basically done. And it was not in remembrance of him, but to celebrate his deeds and his legacy.
Yeah.
Madiba, this year, used to walk 5 kilometers every day without fail.
Okay.
And I think that really contributed to longevity of life and a healthy lifestyle. And we believe that it is something that is not only worth, but strengthening our Unite campaign going forward.
Yeah. So it's, as you say, it's not just for runners. I mean, this is for cyclists as well as for anybody who wants to walk it as well.
Everybody wants to walk. We're expecting 20,000 people.
Yeah.
All in all on the ground, according to Joint Operations JOC in Pretoria. And we're fast approaching that number. I think by next week we'll be closing because the interest is so huge.
Yeah.
So we're shutting down Pretoria like nobody's business. And it's going to be colorful, awesome, and something that all South Africans would like to identify themselves with.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be. Minister, I'm just going to interrupt quickly the interview, and I'm going to ask you to have a look over there. This is what's happening live, actually. I know you'll appreciate this. This is live at the moment at Huxby and Pan. We've been previewing this all morning. You know, the Bloodhound coming to South Africa, and of course it's going to be racing there on this particular pan. Now what they've done is they've got these test vehicles out there, these cars that have started racing, the helicopter following them, and these are those two incredible cars that are out there, and they are testing all boundaries and no tickets to be gotten out there. So there you go. These are live visuals coming out of Uppington. Isn't that magnificent? An amazing occurrence.
It's enabled us to look at something that fast and that low, travelling on the plan, allows us to support those cameras.
Roger, have visual.
All right, there was some commentary coming out of there. We were trying to give it to you, but unfortunately we can't seem to get it. But we'll try and get that to you later. But anyway, I hope you're appreciating this. And just from this vantage point, I don't think we realize how fast these cars are actually going. We'll see afterwards how many kilometers an hour they're going. But you remember that the Bloodhound is going to be going in excess of 1,500 kilometers an hour, and that's happening in 2016. So these guys, I can imagine, are really going minimum of 300 k's an hour. All right. Okay, Minister, sorry. We just had to take that one live. So, you know, this is what's exciting about South Africa. There's always something happening, and we've got to love this country for it. So, in Pretoria, it's happening on the 22nd of November. How many people have signed up for it so far? I mean, what are we looking at? How many people?
Well, it is over, I think, 13,000. Even more than that, over 15,000. We are expecting 20,000 people on the ground as participants, cycling, walking, and running. You can choose one of the three. You know, you can choose to walk for 5 kilometers, 9.4 kilometers. You can run for 27 kilometers. And then you can cycle for 67 kilometers.
Sure.
And then all of those are actually named after Madiba in terms of 27 years, 67 minutes, and then 5 years as Madiba as president, and 9.4 as 1994. You know, so you can walk, you can run, and all different age groups, particularly from younger generation and up until the 70-year-old. So it's partly healthy lifestyle, and at the same time unite as a nation, because we need to continue to rekindle our love for this nation and reach out to one another, building bridges of dialogue between the nation, and continue to strengthen our South Africanness and celebrate our identity. All in all, that on its own, our rainbowism, does not mean that as a nation we are not faced with challenge. The program to address and build common nationhood, it is always a process and a program, and that is our task as a department and our colleagues in arts and culture to do that.
Yeah. Minister, what are you going to be doing?
I'm cycling for 67 kilometers.
Wow.
It is something that I chose to do, but not for the first time. when I was with the Youth League at that time, seeing Madiba most of the time and so on, he used to encourage us to do a lot of healthy things, like massage every day, once a week, and also walking and running. And he used to really abhor people who are in a bad state of shapeless, and will really criticize us about it, that it is important when you are always there with the people, you must be lean and eating healthy and doing all of that. And I think from our point of view, it's a really important opportunity for all South Africans to participate. I know that this in itself will wrap off to many initiatives that are there. I'm sure every weekend you hear about a big walk somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
That is a revolution. That is a recreation on its own, that is going on in South Africa. You can do it every day in the township. It doesn't matter your location, because that in itself has got some kind of positive injection in terms of energy, healthy lifestyle, fighting diseases that are out there, and also address problems that might come as a result of cardiac failure. So you've got to do something in life. You either walk or do something. But in this time around, we'll be doing it, all of us, having time to talk, to share, especially early hours of the morning. Union Buildings, 22nd of November.
All right. So do you get, how do you register for the event?
You go online at www.uniteformandela.co.za. That's where you will get all the information about registration.
Okay.
It should be quick. I think by next week we'll be closing because we have been advised, not only advised, is an agreement by by Pretoria that we are expected to have 25,000 people, and I'm worried about the numbers in terms of the 25,000 people on the ground on that particular day. So we've got executive, we've got many South Africans, particularly from all walks of life, notable personalities will be taking part, and we're encouraged by that. And we've got, all South Africans from all walks of life, but we've got prizes. The first prize for running in terms of athletics, it is 100,000, and then 75,000, and I think 10 to 15,000 from 4 up to 10. And then cycling is the biggest, is 250,000, and 100,000 second prize, and then 40,000 from 4 up to 10. So that is not for you, Leanne. It is for people like us who will actually get the silver medal and definitely try our chance for gold. But for bronze, guaranteed, you'll have your medal as a celebration to the day. You'll have your Mandela T-shirt and all the other goodies that goes with it.
Fantastic. So visit the website uniteformandela.co.za or .com? .co.za.
Yes.
Visit that website, register.
It's on website. It is on Twitter. It is on Instagram.
Yeah, it is all over the place.
It is on Facebook, and then you are free to come aboard.
Absolutely. It is all over the place. You have no excuse not to participate. It's in Pretoria. It's on the 22nd of November. You can run, you can walk, you can cycle, you can do any one of the above, all for a good cause, not only in remembrance and in support of Madiba and what he stood for, but also for yourself, looking after yourself.
But can I also add one thing?
You add what you want to.
No, I just wanted to explain that if you cycle, you can cycle for a good cause, whatever that you wish to. Maybe for your, supporting a hospice, or any of the social causes that individuals can choose. You're absolutely free to do anything in this race. And register your support for South Africa. Proudly South African.
Fantastic. Just one more thing. Generation 2.0, our time is now. Obviously this is celebrating 20 years of democracy, but talk to me more about this Generation 2.0.
Generation 2.0, we're going to have a colloquium on the 18th, on that, particularly live on television. For 1 to 2 hours, and radio, talking about South Africa and national interest. And Generation 2.0, our time is now, is that they call them the born frees, but we call them Generation 2.0, because who said they were born free? And at the same time, our time is now, meaning our conception of the new democratic South Africa. What is it, what we need to do, what we need to preserve? We need to fight racism from all its manifestations, but at the same time, we need to build a nation. What is it that we need to do to build a nation? We need to live a healthy lifestyle, but all over and above that, we need to ensure that even from a policy point of view, we redouble our efforts in the fight against unemployment and poverty and all of that. But we need to continue to reach out, because this generation wouldn't have known anything about racism and apartheid, would have heard about it, but come to experiences in terms of the current conditions. You know, what Group Areas Act did, but that in itself, we are a people, we are a nation that live together. Our communities are integrating. We no longer have people who look at Sandton as a race area, but as an area that probably people cannot access because of economic, you know, social stratification of society, but they can access it, they can stay there, and then they can have all access and all of that. Equally, others can go to Soweto, and that is it. So, bridges of dialogue, have a decent conversation among South Africans and our challenges. Generation 2.0, our time is now. We don't need to give up on our country and our nation. What unites us, it is our strength united in our identity, in our diversity.
Indeed.
That is what is important for us.
All right, Minister, thank you very, very much for talking to us here on the program. And that's it. Unite for Mandela.co.za. Register there. Brilliant cause, and I think you can be a part of it no matter what you do. All right, let's quickly go back to Hakstiempan. That's where Valen is. The race is